This is the Big O Show. 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 This is...
There's just one place to celebrate a happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive away in a new ZDX. Only $459 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding. After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
There's just one place to celebrate a happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive away in a new Integra. Only $299 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
The Sultan's choice for excitement and a caravan of savings awaits at Toyota of Hollywood. Your wish for savings has been granted with discounts of up to $4,500. Take a magic carpet ride in a Toyota Corolla, not $24,000, $19,988. Step into our Grand Bazaar where you'll find epic savings at the #1 volume Toyota dealer, Toyota of Hollywood, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody S Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
Oh, Sam, not again.
Initiating Daddy's back.
Go!
Set the rhythm of your smart home with Sloman Shield Blink, the new integrated smart home platform that automates your life just the way you want it. Sloman Shield Blink. Be the maestro of your own home.
Price, service, selection. Get all this and more at South Florida's #1 loved Subaru store, Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Save today with our 3 ways to save. 0% financing, 0 down payment, or make no payments for 90 days from Subaru of Pembroke Pines.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors, 305-345-3649 or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Rayom can help.
There's just one place to celebrate a happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Take $10,000 off a 2025 MDX at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. Ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
It's the Big O Show with Orlando once again.
All righty, welcome aboard here at Hialeah Park. I was just tripping out because Joe Shad just tweeted out something from Mike Greenberg on Get Up. Says, am I the only one who's interested in what Mike McDaniel might do with a different quarterback? So I retweeted back, yeah, like having Skylar Thompson around for almost 3 years and not knowing he can't play. You know, the stupid shit that is said in 24-hour cycles. Tell you, welcome aboard, folks. How y'all doing? It is a Tuesday, December 16th, 2025 here at Hialeah Park Casino. Day number 18,961 since the Dolphins were world champions, and they will add thousands of days to that eventually. And the Canes, day number 8,744 since they were national champions. Can they reset that clock? We'll see. We shall see, but we shall see. Anyway, we'll have some fun here on the show. Of course, we'll talk about the miserable Dolphins. They are what they are. What are we going to do? You know what I mean? You want to give them sometimes the benefit of the doubt, but it's funny because like fans, like those soft fans, if you're going to be negative about the team, they kind of shy away from all that kind of stuff, right? But when you try to be positive for the team, they screw you every time. And this was one where you had played well for a month. All right, let's go. You guys are running the ball. That's the stuff that travels well. Can you do it? Let's go. Let's give you the benefit of the doubt. Nah. You never get it done. You never get it done. You've been choking in big moments from Shula Marino years all the way till now. You choke in the cold. You choke in big moments. You choke on Monday nights. You choke on Thursday nights. You choke on Sunday nights. Nothing has changed. You've changed the owners. You've changed the GMs. You've changed the head coaches. You've changed all the quarterbacks. And the results are all the same. Doesn't matter who the team is, what iteration of it, they all choke in big moments and they never come through. It's just kind of what we've become. I don't know if it was, you first got the first 30 years that were really good, and then or maybe 25, and then they said, yeah, enough's enough. You've had enough fun and you're not getting any more for a while. And we're like put in some corner somewhere, and what can I tell you? It's disappointing to go through it, but what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Right? Smash the like button. That's something that we can do. Smash the like button, hit the notification bell. That way you know when we're going live, when we do go live, all of those things. Do all of that. All right. Where's Bitcoin at? Bitcoin's at 87.6 right now. The market. The Dow is down 41. The S&P is down almost 11 points. And the NASDAQ is down half a point. That's what we got going on right now. Overall. Oh, man. There's a lot of things to talk about with the Dolphins. The question I have, which is probably the most important question, is how do you fix a broken owner? Because that's where the problem starts. That's where the problem ends. That's exactly where your entire problem is. How do you fix a broken owner? Because that's where it starts. So if you've created a franchise that's not attractive anymore, because when whatever the best candidate is, they're not going to pick Miami. They're going to pick what others. I don't know how many situations will be available this offseason, but Miami will not be the first choice for anybody. And there's not a long list of whoever's available. You know what I mean? So you think about that. You haven't made it a sexy. Look at all the coaches that you've gotten. You get second-rate assistant coaches. You don't really get what's considered the best of the best because, as you can see, none of your coaches go on to do anything. Every coach that you've hired to be your head coach has been a disaster and has done nothing. So you haven't created a sexy place. Clearly, the people around Stephen Ross are all getting paid and paid well, and they're not really rocking the boat much. They as much as they tell you that they're not about the status quo, they are about the status quo. That's what they've been for over 15 years since they've owned them. That's what they were with Wayne Huizenga. That's what they were at the end of Shula's run. So you don't have the right owner. So if you don't have the right owner, and hell, let me ask you something. Who's running this organization? Is it really Stephen Ross? Is it an auto pen? Because I feel like we're being run by like a Biden-like owner, a guy that's half dead. I feel like we have Biden with ears that owns this team. It's just an old man, but with bigger ears. That's it. I really. So think about this. We have an old, out-of-touch fart that can't run this team. Clearly, it's been 15 years. So how do you fix a broken owner? You wait till he dies and his kids take over, and his kids, we don't even know if they know anything. And it's not like they're going to give it up, because the one thing that they do know is they know how to produce money, dude. And they turned that property into what nobody ever thought that they could turn that property into. So they don't really need the Dolphins to be in the playoffs or the Super Bowl. They make more than enough money from the NFL, and everybody pretty much fills the stadium up anyways, no matter how mediocre or how bad they are. There is no desperation whatsoever. We can cry wolf all we want, but nothing changes. They give you the blah, blah statement at the end of the year, and what are you hearing? You saw in the post-game show, we're hearing they want to bring Mike McDaniel back. Well, then, you don't really give a shit about the fans, and you don't care about winning. So how do you fix a broken team that has a broken owner? And a guy that really only knows real estate. He doesn't know football. And you're not getting Jim Harbaugh or anything like that. Not that I even want Mike Tomlin here anyways. Okay? But those people wouldn't come here anyways, even if they were available, which they're not. And I doubt franchises are going to let guys go in a year that everybody says this is not a good year for candidates. So, yeah, let me go release a guy that everybody else is going to want that doesn't have a coach. So that's not going to happen. But I get it. It's the stupid stuff that goes on with the Heat fans, that they think they can get every single superstar out there and they never get them anymore. You know what I mean? Because, again, the Heat organization is not a sexy organization anymore either. They have kind of also, they've kind of run aground a little bit. Now, let's be honest. They're not a sexy franchise. They got a great coach, but nothing else is sexy about their franchise. So how do you fix a broken owner? That's what I want to know. And listen, I know the answer from the blind ass Dolphin fan. Well, all we got is dumb luck. Maybe by chance he hires the guy. That's all we've got. Okay, great. Great. I'm playing the Powerball there, Sean. I'm hoping that maybe, I can hit the numbers this weekend also. I mean, really, if that's what we're waiting for, dumb luck, that's not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. Dumb luck doesn't happen. The only way, the only way dumb luck happens if Dave Dombrowski leaves you the team to win a championship. Says, yeah, no, I made all these trades and all these young guys here, they're going to be stars. But, I got to leave now. I'm going to go somewhere else where they're going to spend money. I don't have time to wait for these guys. But, hey, in a couple of years, watch the seeds I plant. And then that's how you get lucky. Last time, did they leave you? Did they leave a Super Bowl caliber team right now? Yeah, a little short on that, right? Just a little short. So you can forget about dumb luck.
Just a little short.
Just a little bit outside.
Only missing one or two players at each position.
Yeah, we're missing about 6 players on each side of the ball. Oh my God. It's just that's what you have to ask yourself. I mean, the Moss brothers, those crazy bastards, they made change after change after change and until they got what they wanted and they won a title. Viola and Sifu, they got there, they inherited a talent, and then they figured it out. He's not the guy. They made the change. The rest is history. And they were going to the playoffs every year and going deeper and deeper, and now they've gone to 3 straight Stanley Cup finals. Either you know what the hell you're doing as an owner or you don't. Mickey Harrison bought the team, and the first thing he did was he got Pat Riley, and it paid off for a quarter century. They kind of run out of gas now, but, it is what it is. They had their run, and that's all that counts. They had their run. Good for them. Can't say it was a bad move. It was an amazing move, an incredible move. It produced Spoelstra also on top of all of that. But this guy doesn't know what he's doing. He has no clue. 0 clue. And the fact that in the last week you hear, in the last couple of weeks, you've heard about them trying to keep McDaniel, or bring Tua back, who's broken completely. And then the report from Jeremy Fowler that, God, now I'm forgetting the defensive coordinator's name. No. The one that that was Vance Joseph. Exactly. Thank you. Vance Joseph could be a name that the Dolphins go after if they release Mike McDaniel because, he was on the list as a finalist for the job that McDaniel got. And you're sitting there going, this is what's coming out of the building when they don't even have a general manager? Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. They're going to keep the champ guy as their general manager? Oh, that's a really good move. Just be lazy and not really go after a search and all that kind of stuff. And what you hear at times, Stephen Ross is not big on the process. Well, that's why you suck at it. If you were actually good at it, you'd be excited about finding the next person like Robert Kraft, who figured out Belichick was done and then moved on from him. And they had a guy that they were developing in Gerard Mayo, and they figured out mayonnaise ain't any good after 1 year, and they went and got Vrabel. And now they have the quarterback, their head coach, and they're moving forward. And in 3 years, they turned over their team and turned over the fortunes, the directions of their team. They went back to being one of the best teams in the division again, instead of headed to Nowheresville with old man Belichick, who was completely out of touch, and that's been proven ever since. So is Stephen Ross Robert Kraft? Hell no, dude. Robert Kraft had a dynasty. It ended, and now he turned over the dynasty right away to now start getting to win again. Wow. That's some shit, dude. And this clown can't even get it right one time. We're only asking, we're just asking for a few wins in the playoffs, actually. If you win a Super Bowl for us, oh my God, it's over. We're not even asking for 2 or 3 or 5 or 7 Super Bowls. No, we're just asking for We're asking for some wins in the playoffs. The bar is so low, and that pathetic owner can't do anything to come close to it. So I don't know how it gets fixed. I don't know if it can be fixed. Guy's been at it for over 15 years and kept Parcells Group around too long, then hired Tannenbaum and kept him around too long, and then also Chris Greer, and that did not work either. And then you've had a slew of coaches. None of them have worked out. Everything has sucked. Everything has failed. Every combination you have ever put together has failed. So I'm not exactly sure how you fix a broken owner. Yes, sir. Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to make sure you're done with the thought. Alan Boupart and a lot of them are putting out different ends of this, but he put Mike McDaniel leaves open the possibility of a QB change for the Cincinnati game. Says he'll provide more clarity Wednesday, but it won't be a competition. Said the QB play Monday night wasn't good enough.
Wasn't what?
Wasn't good enough.
Oh, yeah, no, of course. It was terrible.
So
he's broken physically, bro.
Yeah.
He's broken completely.
But the weird thing is he says
he's broken.
More clarity Wednesday, but it won't be a competition.
Right, so he's giving the job to somebody else and benching Tua.
Yeah, no.
That's what he's saying.
Come out and say, why wait till tomorrow? I guess that's the thing. It's like, okay.
I think about the ums and the ahs and the wishy-washy, and then I look at Stephen Ross, and he's an old man that goes ums and ahs, and these two idiots are just communicating with each other with ums and ahs. You know,
maybe that's the problem. Maybe we don't understand what's going on.
Right.
Because
we don't speak that language.
Communicate with the ums and ahs. So
ahs and all right.
It's like an SOS signal for them.
Right. Right. So whatever, dude. Play whoever you want. I don't really give a crap. It is what it is. You're not going to win many games anyways. You're not really going anywhere. And you're not the coach, no matter what anybody tells me. And the fact that the owner is even thinking about keeping the guy, it just shows you that he'll never learn. He'll just never learn. That's why I'm telling you, how do you fix that broken situation? How? I don't know how you fix that. He's an old, out of touch fart that doesn't know football and has nobody around him that knows anything. Nobody. Let's just call it like we see it. He's just got a bunch of lackeys around him that are just sucking his ass. And whatever advice they've given in the last 15 years obviously has been shitty advice because look at the results. You think he hasn't done what Marino wanted or Nat Moore or Tom Garfinkel? Well, hey, what do you guys think about this or that? Any of those people around him, Brandon Shore, whatever, he has taken all of their advice. He's been around them for 15 years. They hang around the same suite. What do you think they do? So he has nobody around him that can guide him. He doesn't know what he's doing. His kids don't know what they're doing. And the results tell you. And the what's it called? Like when you hear some of the writers say, oh, well, he likes what's going on with the culture of the team and the continuity. When I hear continuity, it's crap-annuity. It's not continuity, bro. Continuity is not being mediocre every year. That's not continuity. Being a soft team, that's not continuity. That's not what I want. It's not what you want. But it's like, it's like our last two presidents, Biden and Trump. They both told you that the economy was better than what it was, how bad it really is. Biden did the same thing, and Trump's doing it now. They both do it. And then they have their sicko fans on each side because they don't want to be wrong. They follow like sheep. Oh, no, yeah, it's not so bad. When the other half knows it's terrible. It's been terrible. It's been terrible for 10 years. It's been going on for a while now. It's been bad. So it doesn't matter who's in charge. You know what I mean? But it's like lies. And that's exactly what the Dolphins as an organization do to you. They lie to you. Oh no, we're not about the status quo and we got to do better and this, that, and you never do anything about it. You keep Joe Philbin around, you keep the Parcells group around, you keep Sperano around, you keep Adam Gase around, you keep Tannenbaum around, you keep Greer around, you keep Tua around, you keep McDaniel around, you extend McDaniel, you extend Philbin. You tell me one thing, but you're doing completely something else. And it's just like a thing in our society that they just stand there and bold-faced lie to you about something when it's not true. And they all do it. They all do it. Some of you just don't want to admit it, but whatever. But they all do it. You fans don't want to admit it to yourselves how incompetent your organization is, and then you keep holding on to, well, no, they'll figure it out. And, oh, no, they'll get lucky. Of course, because that's the Kansas City Chiefs won the titles because they got lucky, and the New England Patriots got lucky. And Howie Roseman, pure fucking luck, bro. Dumb luck. Dumb luck. 2 titles. Dumbass luck. Of course. Everything's done by dumb luck. In San Francisco, maybe the coach of the year in Shanahan, considering all the injuries and everything, maybe but it must be luck. That's what we have. This is what we do in our society. In order to agree with whatever narrative we want to fall under, even if it's a lie, we will lie to ourselves and lie to everybody else about it. So it's amazing. It's truly amazing. And it happens in all walks of life, as I just gave you the examples. You know what I'm saying? Which is insane to think about that. But that's what we do. So you tell me, how do you fix that? Because I don't know how you fix it. Unless their names are Moss, unless their names are Arison, unless their names are Viola, those are competent owners. I saw some guy go at Moss, and you saw that one about, oh, I wish you'd buy the Marlins, and he goes, that ship sailed, and it's like, and the Moss brothers actually, it was a blessing that the baseball turned them down because they went and got the soccer team for a fraction of the price, a minuscule fraction of baseball's cost, and within the next 2-3 years, his organization will be worth more than the Marlins. When Freedom Park opens up and they go out and win another MLS Cup, and they add that second star to the crest, and they start being a perennial playoff team, they will be worth more than a shitty baseball team. Because they're already at the billion mark, which is right around where the Marlins are at. They have no stars. The Marlins have the Inter Miami has stars. So they're gonna, if the day they want to sell in years from now, they'll make more money on the sale than they would have in baseball, because they would have paid a lot more to get into baseball, a lot more. So it ended up becoming a blessing. So now you got a shitty owner. How do you fix? Have the Marlins been fixed? No, you can't fix a shitty owner. Right? You can't. You cannot fix a shitty owner. You can't. I need a headache from the hat. I think it's from my sinuses. That's probably what it is. Huh? Oh, the super chat. Why? Johnny, thank you for the super chat. He goes, who cares if he's not ready? He's already 51 years old. Why not Jason Taylor as head coach, talent evaluator? We'll just hire some schlub anyway. Why not JT? Yeah, because Tom Brady's such a great one. Johnny, appreciate the super chat, but bro, you got to stop with the stupid shit, thinking that the ex-player knows anything. How's Tom Brady doing, bro? Because he brought in Pete Carroll and he drafted Austin Gentry. And Geno Smith, they asked Tom Brady before they signed Geno Smith, what do you, oh yeah, let's go. So how's that going? Just wondering. I get it, Johnny. Maybe you're new, maybe you haven't heard the show before, but I've already shot down that silliness. Most ex-players suck as general managers, okay? 99% of them. The Jerry Wests and the Ozzie Newsomes of the world are few and far between. More often than not, they are absolute failures. Okay, so stop with the stupid JT stuff and the Zach stuff and all that kind of. Hey, Marino ran away from that job within 10 hours of taking the damn job. Within 10 hours of taking the job, they ran away from it. And he's been in that box with Stephen Ross for the last 15 years. Because, we have the idiots that also say, oh, have Marino run the team. Yeah, well, they already tried that, and he did not want it. Why? Because he can't do that job. Oh, no, but he's Marino. He's Jason Taylor. He'll be able to do it. No, he won't. No, he won't. So it's all silliness, absolute silliness. Guy's never done it, and so you're all of a sudden going to put him in a general manager position in the NFL? The guy's been coaching college football and high school football for years now. He has no ties to the NFL. Why? Because he was a former player? Absolute silliness. So, can it happen? Yeah, once in a blue moon, somebody can do it and you can get lucky. But 99% of the time, your former player is going to suck at this. That's what's going to end up happening. Devin in Atlanta, thank you for the love on the super chat. Remember, folks, you can also make a donation. And we always tell you Cash App or Venmo because we get 100% of the donation on Cash App or Venmo. Super chat, we appreciate it. We love it. But YouTube takes 30%. So if you can do it by Venmo or Cash App, we'd appreciate it. You can send your questions, comments, and insults there too. Devin says, it's bad when Big E and Richmond Webb want to change a QB. Yeah. They're the super fans that aren't going to really say anything bad about the team, rarely ever, So yeah, I get it, but yeah, you gotta. Tua's broken, dude. Look at him. You can just tell. I even gave him more than enough time to kind of get out of whatever funk, but it's more. There's physically something wrong with that man. So Johnny is back. He says, could lead a locker room, and he's actually a coach. Nah. Not a head coach, not a GM, none of that. I wouldn't want any of that. I'm not in for the experiments at coach. Get me something that actually knows what the hell they're doing. Something that's up and coming and something that's in the NFL too. Okay? Not a college guy. Peter German, thank you for the love on Venmo, sir. He says there's only one way forward. Ross needs to hire a football guy, bench Tua, put Weaver in, and then hire a full-time GM to make final decisions. Well, the Weaver thing should have been done after week 3 this year. That's when it should have been done. Now it's too late. Now you'll lose Weaver, and he'll leave this clown show because why would he want to stay here? You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes no sense, Peter. I think Weaver is dying for the season end so he can get out of this hellhole. That's the way I look at it for Weaver. And thank you, Peter. Appreciate you. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo, and you can make a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, or Solana donation as always, and we appreciate it. Thank you. Just brutal, dude. True Fin Fan, thank you for the love in the super chat, sir. He says to think some people are serious about JT is crazy. Well, it's fans. They get into that silliness and that nostalgia. And they start thinking, I went through all of this with the Marino stuff years ago. And, and we had a good laugh because I was there at the Senior Bowl where Marino lasted 10 hours and left and said, oh, shit, this is real work. I'm out of here. And so he was done. And then so now the next generation of fans, years later, they talk JT and Zach, and that's just kind of the way it goes. And I'm surprised Cam Wake hasn't been mentioned in the next couple of years. You know? Huh? Yeah. Sealer will be next also. Although Sealer he looks like he could be a coach. Because he's like a blue-collar dude at heart. I mean, the man was still living in a trailer for a while. He still wrestles alligators. Yeah, he's like a lifer. I could see him translating into coaching when he's done. Zach, I can see that. He kind of has that in him. Zach Thomas, if you're around Zach Thomas, you can tell right away that he'll want nothing to do with coaching. Nothing to do with coaching. Yeah, I know, and yeah. He'll do business stuff or whatever, but Zach Thomas's work ethic will not ever allow him to be a coach, because the second he meets somebody that has just a little less work ethic, it's going to turn him off completely, because he cannot be around people like that. Because Zach is just, all in. And there's no way he could ever be a coach. It's just great players struggle at being coaches because they expect what they did from everybody else, and they cannot do that. They cannot and will not do that. They won't study like you. They won't be committed like you. They won't sell out like you. It's just, and so a guy like Zach would never, ever be a coach, ever. All you got to do is be around him, and you'll see. What else do we have? Yep, John Offerdahl, GM. There we go. That's it. Crash Jensen, the next head coach. I like it. Now we're going. Warren Sapp. There we go. We need somebody to hook us up with some prostitutes. Except he'll punch them. Yeah. You're going out with Warren tonight. You did well. I wonder what Richmond Webb thinks about the O-line grade on performance. Remember, a guy like Richmond is so nice that he's never really going to tell you the truth. I covered Richmond's career. Okay, I was in the locker room a whole ton of times asking Richmond Webb questions in good moments and in a lot of bad moments. And that's just not in Richmond's DNA. He's not going to be brutally honest. You know what I mean? And by the way, so many of you don't even want to hear brutal honesty. Yeah.
No, I was thinking last night, he just was like, Dolphins can't win with this kind of quarterback play. Wasn't even really like, it was just put out that way, like that's how he is. He's not going to be like,
right.
Tua's playing like shit or something.
Right. Because Tua's done, dude. Absolutely done. Would Tannehill as head coach please the masses, says True Fin Fan. Man of 1,005 hosts, thank you for the love in the super chat. He says, we've had Boyer, Fangio, and Weaver. If they let Weaver go, I'm going to lose it. They get rid of defensive coaches faster than the head coaches. F this. Oh, well, Weaver's gone. You got to think about this, man of 1,005 holds. If you're Weaver, why would you want to stay here? Like, they had a chance to put you in as head coach early in the season because well, at least I know what Mike McDaniel is. I already knew what he was already. The year before, I would have fired his ass. But you could have fired him after week 3 and you're 0-3. You had 11 days to get ready for your next game, and you would have had 14 games for Weaver. We talked about this when it happened. And I know Weaver has got to be thinking to himself, I've done a great job here, and I've been given chicken shit 2 years in a row in defense, and I've made chicken salad out of it. And I've done an excellent job, and they won't give me a shot at a head coach. So I'm going to go somewhere where I'm going to have a chance at being a head coach because they are now going to go out to do a head coaching search. And, yeah, you'll get the token interview, but you won't get the real consideration because you were already part of this mess. So they're not going to add somebody that comes from this malaise. You know what I mean? Plus, he knows that if he takes this job, they're going to tell him, well, we want to keep Champ around and we want to keep some of these people around. And so human Jenga will end up, and he's going to go, oh, no. I want to go somewhere where I'm going to have some control over who's going to be around me, who's going to be my personnel guy. Like, I don't trust anybody here with the Dolphins. So you lost Weaver. Okay? You lost Weaver. He's done. You got him for 3 more games, and then he's out the door. Bank that. Okay? Bank it. He's gone. Yes, sir.
No, I was going to say, as much, if you've been talking about Steven, if you've seen what happens with this team, you've been inside there.
Right.
Are you going to be like, it'll change when I take over? Like, I mean, you've seen.
Fangio saw it and wanted out.
You've seen how all of this rolls out now. Why would you?
Chan Gailey saw it and wanted right out.
Well, Caldwell, right?
Yeah, Caldwell.
I know he got 6.
Yeah. But Caldwell was like, I got some personal things. And then he came back for somebody else. You know what I mean? This is not a situation people want to be a part of. I get it. I'm being honest. And some of you can't handle honesty and all that kind of stuff. But it's not a good situation. Not one bit. It's a terrible situation. So I can guarantee you will lose Weaver. T. Constick, thank you for the love in the super chat. Ross has no football minds around him. If you were in his position, what would you do? Who can he go for a solution? I mean, right now, trying to think of what I would do. I would definitely see what's going on in the Philly, San Francisco organizations. I would see what's going on in the Rams organization and their hierarchies. And I would try to see who is the personnel guy that those teams are leaning on and is having a bigger impact on what's going on. I'd try to do my homework, and I'd try to get that football guy here. And then I would step aside and allow the guy that's been under Howie or under Lynch or under whoever that we're talking about in certain teams and say, okay, do your thing, find your head coach, find your quarterback, build your organization. We're going to get out of your way. That's probably what I would do. Do I have a name for you? No, I don't. I don't have a name because, to be quite honest, as I've told you for several weeks now, I'm burnt out. And I'm not the guy that's going to bother to talk about those hypotheticals anymore. I'm just going to talk about it when it actually happens, when real names become actually being interviewed and all those kind of things that we actually know is going on. But I am just not wasting my time anymore because the team's not worth wasting my time with hypotheticals. As you can tell, I continue to pare down coverage of the Dolphins every single year. Every single year I do less and less because it just is tiresome. It's tiresome. It's just not worth it. But we were at a point where we were talking to 4 or 5 beat guys every week, twice, and it's boring because you talk about the same bullshit over and over and over again with all of them, and it just gets boring, dude. And this is boring. The Dolphins are boring because they do the same stupid stuff over and over again. So last year, the hypothetical that you want, didn't I want McDaniel fired and hire Vrabel? Why am I wasting my time, bro? Didn't I want McDaniel fired in week 3 and put in Weaver as a head coach for the next 14 weeks? In spite of all you idiots out there calling Weaver a bad coach in week 3 because you don't know football and you don't know you have to give the man time considering the shit he inherited? That's why the hypotheticals don't work, bro. So why am I going to work at figuring stuff out and talking about it when None of it ever gets done. We don't have an owner that has any vision whatsoever. If an owner had vision, he would have hired Vrabel last year in the middle of the year. He would have never allowed him to get to the open market with other teams, and especially knowing his Patriot ties. You should have pounced on it in the middle, but we have a shitty owner. So you ask me, but I'm going to tell you, I haven't even tried. I haven't even thought about it because I quite frankly don't give an F. Okay? I don't give an F. I just don't, dude. I'm just tired, worn out, burnt out. These people are just fucking clowns. And that's what we root for. We root for a bunch of fucking clowns. Stephen Ross is a fucking clown, is what he is. He's a complete joke, and so are the Miami Dolphins. And that's what we root for every year. A team that's a joke, a team that chokes, a team that doesn't know what the hell they're doing, a team that will never make the right moves, a team that will lose in every big moment, a team that just is useless. And all we have to do is look around South Florida. All of our other teams with good owners have great results. The two teams with shitty owners, the Marlins and the Dolphins, are the ones with constant shitty results. Shitty owners, shitty results. Great owners, championships. That's all you need to know. So that's your answer, dude. That's your, 100% honest answer that nobody on radio is going to give you, no writer is going to give you, because it would turn so many people off and they'd be so afraid of it. I am not. And I know I have. I know I've turned a bunch of people off with this kind of talk. I know, I understand, but I'm sorry. It's how I feel. It's how I feel. And it's the truth. That's the worst part about it. It's the freaking truth, dude. Man of 1,005 volts, thank you, sir. He says, you convinced me Weaver should go. Ironically, a bunch of fans wanted him fired after week 2, and look at after what he did. We don't deserve him. Yeah, and man of 1,005 holds, those fans, the ones that wanted Weaver fired or thought he was a bad coach, they don't get football. Because I mentioned it to them all the way from the preseason. I said, this is not going to be a good defense for a while. You're going to have to give him time to figure things out. He has 0 secondary. He has 1 guy in Minka. He has linebackers that are not good in coverage, and he has 3 young defensive tackles, and that'll make it very difficult on Sealer early on. You see how Sealer's picking up sacks now? Why? Because the defensive tackles next to him are actually playing, and they're a threat. Before, they weren't a threat, and they were doubling and passing Sealer on to 2 guys and all that. All you had to do was watch it. And so, Sealer's playing bad. No, bro, Sealer's not playing bad. It's that Sealer's getting phased out, and you can do that with some players. With a lot of players, you can just phase them out. If they don't have somebody complimentary, it's going to hurt them. And that's exactly what was going on. And people don't have any patience because it's a microwave society, and they were all talking about firing Weaver, or Weaver's not good enough, or he sucks. And now all of them are like Homer going into the bush. None of them, like 98% of them, don't admit that they were the idiots that were going after Weaver and say, you know what? Because we're all stupid at one point or another, right? We all make mistakes, but let's admit it at least. And most of you don't come out and say, I was one of those idiots that, I thought Weaver was a bad coach. Even though I saw him be a great coach last year with no pass rush, be a top 10 scoring defense. And then this year he had no secondary and no defensive tackles and bad cover linebackers. And I'm expecting a good defense from week 1. Man, I'm stupid. And he's a damn good coach. No, actually, he's a great coach. Because what he's doing with what he has, I'm super impressed overall. So that's what's going on here. I've reached a point where, show me, dude. I'm not giving you the benefit of any doubt anymore, or being excited about you, or I'm not believing any of your bullshit or anything, any hype or anything like that. Show me. Show me. Yeah, exactly, Oscar. I'm getting a headache because of these stupid-ass Dolphins. You get tired of talking about this pathetic-ass team. Oh, Ray says, howdy-o, nice classic tea. And yes, I am burnt out about our Fins. Thank you, sir. Mike McCarthy does nothing for me. Steal Joe Brady from the Bills. I like that one. I like that one a lot. But first, I got to get a GM. So I know that he likes Joe Brady, and then they can work together. Andrew says, I hate to see you like this, Big O, but I can't disagree with your sentiment. We root for fucking clowns. That's what we root for. That's what the Dolphins are. They're just clowns. You know, can't do anything about it. Big O, do you think Tua's checking out for the same reasons that they have? No, I think Tua's effed up, dude. No, I think Tua is messed up physically and mentally and everything. I think Tua's toast. Yeah, no, that hip injury did something to him. Yeah, no, that's it. He's messed up, dude. There's something wrong with him in a serious fashion. Seriously wrong. Yeah. He's got to go. He's got to go. And anybody and this idiot, you know, talks about keeping Tua around. That's absolutely stupid. Anybody that would want to keep Tua around, you have to eat it, bro. You're a billionaire. You know, don't do what I've seen from at times with Mickey Harrison, and he kind of goes cheap. And, you know, when a guy like that goes cheap, it's a bad look. And you're Stephen Ross. You gave the contract. Too bad, bro. It's your stupid fault. You keep listening to Mike McDaniel. He made you give Tyreek a contract, and he made you give Tua a contract. You know, and you're keeping him around. Eat the contract. Move on. Tua should be benched, and Tua should be cut on June 1st. The talk of bringing him back is irresponsible. The talk of bringing Mike McDaniel back is irresponsible. The talk of bringing anybody back in the front office is irresponsible. You must clean house. That's the only way you're going to start at least with a clean slate, and fans can, some, not myself, but some can give you a chance. You know what I'm saying? I still need to see results because I'm not going to be anything with these guys. I'm not thinking about anything, but you got to move on from Tua. You have to. All Year Cooling, by the way, they've been in business since 73. That's 52 years. Same day installation and service, folks. Over 350,000 satisfied customers. They service from Homestead to Vero Beach. I know because in 2010, they installed my AC, and it's been rocking now for 15 years, dude. 15 years. 888-204-5554, allyearcooling.com. Florida's #1 AC and plumbing service. Extended warranties, financing available, same-day installations, free repair estimates, and 7 days a week service. Call them. They will take care of you, and tell them that Big O sent you. allyearcooling.com. True Fin fan, look up Ray Agnew. What do you think? I know Ray Agnew. Another a guy that's been in the mix for a long time, and he could be a guy that they talk about. We'll see. True Fin fan, I've mentioned him since the offseason. A lot of people have talked about Ray Agnew, you know, but whatever, man. We'll see. We'll see what happens, my man. I don't know what to tell you. Like I told you, show me. Show me. That's where I'm at right now. Show me. Lenny says, as a former Tua supporter, he is mega washed. They need to move on from him this offseason. That's all you can do, man. That's all you can do. So, think Blue Dodgers. I really wanted Tua to succeed, but he has 0 left in the tank. Only way you win with Tua is playing the Mac Jones game. Throw once or twice the whole game. Yeah. I don't even know if he could do that too. He can't do any of the stuff that he used to do. That guy like completely lost it. Completely lost it. So unless you're going to give me the guy from 2 and 3 years ago, I'm not interested. The new GM will fire Mike. Next order of business is find the next QB1. Yeah, that's of course, Mr. Spock. That's of course that's what it's. Yeah, it's that easy. Yeah, you'll find a great GM, and he'll find a great head coach, and he'll find a quarterback right away because that's what the Dolphins do. And of course, Stephen Ross is going to find a great GM. Yeah. And by the way, you can mention Ray Agnew. Does Ray Agnew want to come here, or does he want to go somewhere else that might be a better situation? That's what I'm telling you. So whoever might be the best candidates that could be available, that doesn't mean they're coming here. Why would you come here? This is not a destination of choice for anybody with a brain. Unless you're coming here for a money grab, then that's when you can come here and take advantage. Almania says that game was an embarrassment and completely pathetic. Even Troy was making comments about the ineptitude. What Troy was that? Oh, Aikman. Oh, yeah. Aikman was making fun of their fourth quarter. I mean, it was a clown show. They were like, oh, by the way, let me get to this. Okay. This is very important because it's a subject that everybody is talking about. What happened in the fourth quarter? Why weren't they hurrying up? What happened with, okay, I want you to know this, and I want you to understand what's going on. And this is why people that say to keep Mike McDaniel are stupid. They're stupid people. Okay? This team is so poorly coached, they can't run a 2-minute offense. They don't know how to line up. They don't run the right routes. You hear Tua talk about alignment and all that 4 years in, and we're talking about it. Put 1 and 1 together. Okay, the reason why he can't run a hurry-up offense, and by the way, in a hurry-up offense, you're throwing quick, short passes, if anything, and running the ball, which is actually the only thing Tua can do. And hopefully he can hit those. Maybe, possibly. There's a chance. But there's no time for long developing plays in a 2-minute offense. So if you're going to run a fast-paced offense, your team has to be really smart, really sharp, constantly lining up, remembering all kinds, like remember 2 or 3 plays that we're going to run in a row, and you've got to be able to handle that. Can they? I'm sorry. When have they proven that under Mike McDaniel in 4 years? The part that people are losing out on, Troy Aikman included, and everybody else, because they don't watch our team every day. And by the way, I guess the local writers have missed out on it because I'm not sure anybody's talking about this. But it's such a piss-poor coach team. It's such a low IQ football team, okay, that they cannot run a 2-minute offense because they are incompetent, because the coach is incompetent on teaching a 2-minute offense. That's why. That's why they've always had problems in those kind of situations. That's why in those key moments, somebody's always offside. Somebody doesn't line up. 2 weeks ago, they had 3 guys on the left side, and they screwed up the routes because they're complete F-ups, because the coach is an F-up. So just in case for the local media, for the national media, for the fans out there, just so you'll know, they don't run the 2-minute offense in that fourth quarter because they can't. It's not because they forgot. It's not because they were irresponsible. It's not because it was baffling and it was stupid. No. It's pure fucking incompetence. Let's get that shit straight. That's what this team has been for 4 years under this guy. Incompetent. That's why when Greenberg tweets that out, and Joe Shad, who loves to just, what's that called when you're just gaslighting? He loves to gaslight fans with bullshit tweets about crap like that. Mike Greenberg. Oh, I can't wait to see Mike McDaniel with a different quarterback. Well, hey, moron, he was there. His name is Skylar Thompson. He had 2.5 years to learn the guy's system. And when he had a chance to play, he couldn't even hand off the ball. Oh, and by the way, every other quarterback, did you see it with Huntley? Did you see him play with any of the other guys? Nobody does well under this guy. But again, this is what we see. We see national people like Troy Aikman that doesn't really understand my football team, or Mike Greenberg that doesn't understand my football team, or I guess people that kept tweeting out locally about playoff chances when there were no playoff chances for the Miami Dolphins. There's 3 weeks left and they're eliminated. What kind of a fucking moron are you? If they had a playoff chance, maybe they would be alive the last week of the season with a game on the line and trying to win it. You know, like Tannehill had years ago, that all he had to do was beat the Bills or the Jets in the last 2 games of the season, and they couldn't beat 2 shitty teams. That's the playoffs on the line. But when you've been eliminated with 3 weeks to go in the season, you know, your playoff talk is really silly and stupid and ignorant. But I get it. Local writers, you need to gaslight the fans. You know, you need to try to reel them in, because you got to keep them, you know, we got to keep them connected, because if we tell them the truth like we do here, they run and hide. Oh my God, he's telling me something negative. I can't handle it. The truth is, the Miami Dolphins are so incompetent under Mike McDaniel that they cannot run a 2-minute offense. They're so pathetic under this coach that he doesn't know how to coach a team the right way consistently. That's why he'll struggle to get in plays. That's why he'll struggle to stay with the game plan that works. That's why he'll do stupid things with Tua that he should not be doing when he knows the guy's limited, especially after watching him now, and he'll still do stupid things. This is why. It's not because they forgot. It's not because they're irresponsible. It's because they cannot run a 2-minute offense. They are incompetent. Stephen Ross is a stupid mofo. He owns the team. He watches it every day, and he doesn't know it. Maybe Tom Garfinkel doesn't know it either. Maybe Dan Marino doesn't know it either. Maybe Nat Moore doesn't know it either. Maybe Brandon Shore doesn't know it either. You want me to call out the entire organization? Because obviously nobody's telling them what I clearly know is that they're too stupid to run a 2-minute offense. And I guess nobody tells the old fart, hey, McDaniel's a waste. How are you keeping him? But I guess, you know, your check is nice and fat, so you don't want to ruin your check. You know what I mean? That's the thing that never worked out for me in my career. I'm going to give you my opinion, and you're not going to like it sometimes, even if you're my boss. Ask him. Okay? Ask anybody that's worked with me. I'll tell my bosses what's wrong with them and with what's going on. I have no problem with that. Zero. Okay? Zero. As I've told you many times, I'm shocked I lasted 30 years in radio, in corporate radio. I'm shocked I lasted that long. Okay? Considering I'm the guy that always told it like it is, which is not what you want. So I'm telling you what nobody else will tell you. The Dolphins are too incompetent to run a 2-minute offense. That's why they didn't do it. That's why they have no confidence in it, because they will screw it up on a consistent basis. They will make more mistakes in the process and set themselves back. So they had to do what they had to do. As the Jordan security guard would do. Let's see. What else do we have? Dolphins will never succeed until Stephen Ross steps down. Yeah, but that's not going to happen. His son and his daughter and the son-in-law are going to take over. What else? He's hurt, Big O. Why is he playing? Because of the money? That's not fair to the rest of the team. Well, then bench him. He's going to play until you bench and cut him. You understand? He has to do that. He's not going to quit. He's not going to retire. He's not going to do any of that. He's going to make sure you cut him, so you have to pay him. He's not going to quit and leave money on the table. He's not pulling a Tony Page. Only real Dolphin fans, only old real Dolphin fans can get that line. Okay? So, Tony Page did something that nobody ever did in those days. We've talked about this, right? In the past, have we? At one point? I forgot what year it was. Tony Page left $960,000. He had 1 year left on his contract. He was a awesome fullback, block his ass off, caught the ball with cotton-like hands. Really good dude, by the way. Got to know Tony a little bit in his agent days now and all that. And he's a good dude, even though he didn't help me as much as he could have. But that's all right. I don't hold it against him. But he's a good dude overall. Kind of big-time me at times, but that's all right. That's all right. But he's a good dude, and he did something that nobody did in those days. It was unheard of. Like what Andrew Luck did and all that. Like nowadays, people have walked away because they had, but back in those days, this was like the early 90s, I want to say. I want to say Tony Page walked away from $900 and something thousand, or man, I want to say it was like 89, 91, 92 or something. I know you're looking for it right now, but Tua's not going to do any of that. Nobody does that nowadays, pretty much. You know, Andrew Luck was one of the few people that did it, you know, but he's not. He's not. He's got too much money, too many guarantees on the table. He's going to make sure you fire his ass like a coach would. Coaches aren't going to walk away either, even if things are going really bad for them. They're going to wait for you to fire them, so you have to pay them. So that's what will happen. Guaranteed, that's what will happen. He will not pull a Tony Page. Oh, my bad. You know, I'm not good anymore. I need to walk away. I need to retire. And so now you get to, you know, get some of your money. No, dude, you're not getting anything back. You're going to pay him all that money, and you're going to have to cut him, and you're going to have to take the cap hit. That's what's going to happen. And he's going to keep playing and playing like shit and playing like he doesn't care, because that's how he acts at the podium. He acts like he doesn't care because he is playing really, really bad. And at no point is he showing the kind of remorse he would for failing his team, how he has failed them constantly. So I got to be honest. Yeah. So Tony Page, great blocking fullback. Yeah. And he could catch the ball. He could catch the ball. Devin says the only player that retired early and left money on the table was Andrew Luck. Right. Yeah. 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 Flamingo says 92. It's somewhere there. It's somewhere there. You could be right. You could be right, but it shocked all of us when he walked away. It was 92. How much was it? I'm telling you, it was somewhere in the 900,000 range, which was a good money in those days.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out. All they say was that he had a cutoff date that he was going to retire at the age of 30 from football. And after the 9 seasons, when he turned 30, that's when he was done. But I can't find anything about his contract details.
Clutch son of a bitch, dude. That guy did not miss a block, bro. Did not miss a block. Did not miss a block. That guy was going to open the hole for you no matter what. And Marino could always count on him to catch the ball. He would catch. That's the thing. Back in the day, you know, catching fullbacks was like you could find them back in the day. We had all kinds of pass-catching fullbacks in the history of football. And nowadays, like the fullback position has disappeared, dude. You know, it's like, wow. Back in the day, everybody wanted a Tom Rathman. You want a Tony Page. Everybody was like that. What was the name of the Dallas Cowboy guy? Shit, man. Newhouse. No. Robert Newhouse was actually a fullback, but that was the Dorsett days. No, it's man, that guy had big thighs. Newhouse. Yeah, Keith Byers, great fullback, dude. Like, you know, crazy. The fullback used to be such a weapon. Moose Johnston. Thank you. Yeah, no. He was a fullback. Moose Johnson. Like, you know, back in the days, dude, you wanted a fullback. Novacek too. Yeah, Novacek was the tight end. Yeah. But it's just like insane, man. Insane. Tony Page walked away from, and in those days, $900,000 was a lot of money, dude. A lot of money. And he walked away. So he's not going to walk away from that. You can forget about that. There is zero chance that Tua walks away. He will get fired, is the way it goes. That's how it's going to go. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, or Solana donation. As always, Stephen Baker, thank you for the love on Venmo. We appreciate that. Always appreciate your generosity, sir. He says, Troy Aikman said it all when he was mocking McDaniel during the fourth quarter. He was also mocking ownership. Make no mistake. Amen. And he also said, just tuned in. I want to see if viewers has anything to contribute. What are the odds that he gets the last 3 games to see? Also would like to see Weaver the last 3 games. Well, we're not going to get CC Weaver. That is definitely done for that one. But you could see Ewers. That would make a lot of sense. Although I have a feeling it's the MILF monster. That's his boy. So we're going to end up, and it's no reason. I'm sorry, but there's no reason for us to see Zach Wilson. But before we see Ewers with this moron coach, he's going to put Zach Wilson in more. So so it'll be less for Ewers than it should be.
McDaniel's got to show the reclamation project.
Right, of course. Yeah.
Look at Zach Wilson out there.
Peter says, question, Big O, is it frustrating talking to beat reporters who won't say Ross is failing or refuse to challenge him about McDaniel? No, not at all. I just think it got frustrating because we kept talking about repeating the same stuff over and over again. And it just became boring. It was boring for me, to be quite honest. I got really bored. So that's why I've cut it down to 1 or 2, because there's no reason to talk to 4 or 5 and talk about the same things and the same screw-ups of this team over and over and over again. You know? Hateful Steve, all those meaningless games you guys wanted us to win are part of the reason Ross thinks McDaniel has something left to offer. I hope beating the Saints and Commanders was worth another season of Oz. That has nothing to do with the players. The players are going to play hard no matter what. So they're not playing for him. They're playing for themselves, Steve. So you're blaming the wrong thing. Players are the Saints just won another game. There's no reason for them to win. But they went and won their 4th game. They want to win their 4th game. And they're going to hurt their draft position. You're not going to stop a professional from playing well. And that's what's going on, unfortunately. But it has nothing to do with that Stephen Ross re-signed Joe Philbin. Stephen Ross is a moron, dude. So that's the problem here, that we have a moron head coach. I mean, a moron owner more than anything else. That's our problem. Nothing more, nothing less. The players were going to try anyway. You can't blame them for trying actually to, be the best that they can be. That's their resume, Steve. Everything that they put on film, they're going to move on to the next team, and the next team doesn't want to see a guy that is quitting because really in the NFL, they're not really quitting unless you have a bad team with a bad roster and a bunch of bad people. And if you brought that onto your team, well, there's a reason why you're also a bad team, because you got bad characters. It's, a great example, the Heat in 06, they win a title when Wade digs them out of a hole in game 3 against Dallas. Okay, Wade does Superman and he gets him out. Then the following year, they come back to defend their title, and most of those guys, excluding Wade and, UD or whatever, the quality guys, the rest of those guys came in out of shape. They weren't trying. They didn't give a shit. They got their title. They were done. They were bad character people. And so 07 was a disaster of a season. Well, why? Because you had bad character people. Had nothing to do with the coaching. Coaching's exceptional. The organization's exceptional. But you have bad people. So these players that are there now, you're not going to tell Brooks and Sealer and all these cats not to try. They're all going to try. They're all going to try to win. The only guy that's helping you do what you want to do, Steve, is the guy you hate the most, Tua Tagovailoa. Now, isn't that funny? The guy you can't stand is the guy that's helping you get that draft pick that you want. But all the other guys have character, and they're killing you from getting that draft pick that you want. Tough life as a Dolphins fan. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. And remember to hit the like button. Very, very important. Bitcoin, by the way, is at 87,500 right now. You got something? All right. What else do we have that I wanted to talk about? Oh, by the way, I again, not trying to be negative. I'm just trying to be honest about everything. I love the Miami Heat organization. I told you what I wanted them to do. I wanted them to sell all their pieces that they could for first rounders. But instead, they wanted to go with this team and wanted to try to think that they could challenge. And now we have seen that after last night's loss to the Raptors, 106-96, Miami is 14-12. They are now down to the 9th spot in the playoffs. And let's be honest, okay? The start was a fraudulent start. You surprised people because they weren't ready, because nobody takes the early season serious. And the Heat had to, and good for them because that helps them. But in the end, everything's caught up to them. Everybody's caught up to them, and now they're constantly losing. So where the way you started, it was fraudulent. And the worst part about it is that the deeper you go into this, the harder it is to sell the pieces and get more out of it and rebuild. And trading for Giannis is not going to do anything for you. You've won. If they really want a whole bunch of first rounders, you can't give it to them anyway. But your team is so far away. And it's sad that the Miami Heat, as a front office, continue to fail as much as they fail. And they don't know what they're doing anymore in today's NBA landscape. And they have now become the Miami Dolphins, as I've been telling you for a couple of years now, that they've been coming the Miami Dolphins. And I pointed to you already that the champion from 05 to 14, you had your 70s. The last 10 years now, from 15 to 25, you've had the 80s, okay? Now we're going to go into the 90s. So every decade will start getting worse and worse for the Miami Heat because they get away from the greatness and what they were and what Shula was and what Robbie was and the salary cap and all came in and everything changed and they couldn't change with the times. Well, the same thing is happening to Pat Riley now and to the Heat organization. They have not changed with the times. They are refusing to change with the times. And when you see OKC and Houston and all these teams that have gone into the well and they went and sucked for a while and went into the lottery like the Spurs and all these other teams, and they're the top of the league now because they suffered for a couple of years. This organization of the Miami Heat is not willing to do what it takes to be great again. Why? Because your owner is afraid that some people will not show up and he's not going to make enough money. And instead of the short-sightedness and thinking of making a couple of extra bucks, you're not thinking of how to get back to being a great team again and a great franchise. And it's really sad what's happened to the Miami Heat and what they've become, because they are headed down the exact same path that the Miami Dolphins have taken for decades. Welcome to the 90s for the Miami Dolphins, Miami Heat fans. All right, the one and only Steve Calabro is in the house. I'm sure he had the Dolphins yesterday. The wise guy.
No, the wise guy. First of all, the wise guy.
0 for 3 this week for the wise guy.
He's dipped under 500. He's 10 and 11.
He's stinking out the place.
He's stinking it up right now. And I have a solution.
But Steve won with the Dolphins yesterday.
I did. Let me tell.
He bet the Dolphins yesterday.
Let me explain
now he's
how.
Explain something that I've been telling you for a while now that you got to take advantage of. Go ahead, Steve.
So I'm watching the game, and I want to throw something at the TV. I mean, at least 10 times. I mean, it was like, and then so somewhere in the third quarter, the beginning of the fourth quarter, I noticed. I said, you know what? The point spread is now Miami Dolphins plus 18.5. All they have to do is get a garbage touchdown. And, you know, Pittsburgh's kind of a classy organization. They're not going to run it up on you. So I said, I bet the Dolphins in 18.5. No, I got lucky because they got a garbage touchdown. And then Pittsburgh got another touchdown. And then the Dolphins got another garbage touchdown. And I won the bet, which is exactly what you say, value bet. I can tell you that.
The live is where you're going to get a value bet.
That point spread got as high as plus 24.5.
Wow.
It was either 21. I know it was 21.5 at one point. I thought it was 24.5 also. Because at some, now, that being said, okay, so I won my bet. And I felt good. I went to bed happy last night. I won a bet. I didn't have to root against my Dolphins. Because the odds are, not the odds. Prior to the game, I'm talking to my wife, and I said, listen, I want to bet Pittsburgh. They're going to kill the Dolphins.
Right.
They Dolphins don't play well in the cold weather. McDaniels is going to get out coached, which we saw alive and well. The Pittsburgh, I didn't know this, but they hadn't lost a Monday Night Football home game for like 27 years.
This is 1922 or something like that.
Some ridiculous thing before
like
Mondays
that.
were even invented.
Yeah.
And so but I didn't because I just couldn't bet against my Dolphins.
I can't do that.
It's a little bit counter. But
can't do that.
I got to root for the Dolphins to score a junk touchdown. Think about what has happened. Now, I have something that I want to message. This is Hialeah Park.
We're giving away a Mercedes at the end of the month.
That's one message. Oh, by the way, if you're really gambling, you're from Dade County or Broward County, and you want to play poker, you have to have your head examined if you don't come here.
Yeah,
you must come here.
You guys are dishing out the cash, bro.
We have $10,000 raffles every day. We have $200,000 Ace King Royal. We have $100,000 bad beat. You literally have to have your head examined if you're going to gamble anyplace else.
And by the way, loose slots. So if the girlfriend or the wife loves the slots, they're loose.
And by the way, come here on New Year's Eve.
Oh, yeah.
Well, come prior to get the entries.
Right.
And then come New Year's Eve and win a Mercedes.
And have a chance to win a Mercedes.
I mean, think about that. It's as good as it gets. Now,
I like it.
Now, that being said, it was rough yesterday. It was a rough day. It was rough Sunday too, watching just some of the games. But I have a plan since the Jersey. Did I tell you that I'm from New Jersey? I don't know.
No,
I'm from New Jersey. Yeah.
No, I had no idea.
So now I have a plan for your viewers. The Jersey wise guy has let them down. So the Jersey casino guy is going to step in.
Okay.
And I'm going to challenge. I don't know. I have to get this approved by Big O. I didn't even talk to Big O about it.
No,
I'm
go ahead.
Challenge the Jersey wise guy. He's going to give his 3 picks, and I'm going to give my 3 picks.
Oh,
I'm going to see like now
the Calibro locks.
I don't know about that. The Calibro calls, but I'm going to tell you, Calibro.
Oh, Calibroke. Calibroke.
This week is tough. But before we get to that, I have a message for Stephen Ross. I'm hoping he's going to come on your podcast, and he's going to understand that he really needs to do something. He needs to go watch the 4th quarter on television on the Fox broadcast, because he was live. He was at the stadium live. He needs to watch that broadcast and listen to people like Troy Aikman,
ripping him,
who has about 40 years of experience at a high level, won the Super Bowl, blah blah blah. Joe Buck, kind of knows sports here and there. After the game, Scott Van Pelt, they all had the same message. It was the most Troy Aikman's words, the most bizarre 4th quarter I've ever seen in my life.
Well, that's because he just doesn't want to say this is like a really stupid team. You know what I mean? But I explain what really happened here. Okay. This is a really stupid team and a stupid coach. Their team is not smart enough to run a 2-minute offense. They don't know how to line up again and get off the ball at the snap. They will make mistakes. They will run the wrong routes. That's why, too, after the game talks about alignment and problems, communication and all that. When you're 4 years in and you're still having problems with communication, you're having problems with alignment, and you can't run a 2-minute drill, that tells me that the coach is too incompetent and hasn't taught his team to run a 2-minute drill, because in a 2-minute drill, there are no long developing plays. So you don't need to have Tua throw long. And the only thing he can throw is short, right? They're short, quick throws. Well, then that's exactly what you need them for. So that tells me that Tua and the offense are not smart enough to run a 2-minute offense, because they'll make more mistakes than help themselves, and they'll end up hurting themselves. So that's why they had to run it the way they had to run it yesterday.
Yeah, but see, that even adds more validity to my theory, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just telling Stephen Ross, watch that 4th quarter, go home, sit down. I know you like Mike McDaniels. Stephen Ross, you're a smart guy. You made a ton of money, born with a ton of money, got a lot of money, right? But you got to just put that aside and fire Mike McDaniel. He can't do it. He's not going to lead you there.
And cut Tua.
And Tua's done.
Tua must be cut.
Get whatever you can for Tua.
No, you can't get anything. You
whatever. Maybe some.
No. Take the cap. Nobody will give it to him. He's broken. He's broken.
He's not a dual threat.
He's not a threat. Period.
Well, forget the dual.
Well, actually, he is a threat to your own team.
But anyhow, I'm just seeking out Stephen Ross to do something about it for his own benefit, for Stephen Ross' benefit, for the team's benefit.
No. Stephen Ross has lots of benefits. He's got a hospital. He's got an F1 race. He's got the Canes. He's got the practice facility. He's got the tennis tournament. He's got jazz on the green. He's got Rolling Loud. He's got all the big concerts.
So then he shouldn't mind firing McDaniel and trying something else.
Don't worry about it. He's making money.
Oh, this isn't about making money. This is about saving face, though. Stephen Ross.
No, it's about making money.
But he looks ridiculous at this
point.
point.
He doesn't care about that.
Well, I'm asking him to care.
I'm
asking him to care.
But think about this, Steve. Every year he comes out that says, "Oh, the status quo isn't good enough." Well, but dude, that's all you give us.
Yeah, it's bad. It's really
no
bad.
matter if it's Joe Philbin or if it's Adam Gase or Flo or McDaniel.
Adam Gase. You're making me start to sweat.
It's all status quo.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's the Parcells group. It doesn't matter if it's the Tannenbaum group. It doesn't matter if it's the Greer group. It's all status quo.
That's why we need to try to drive some sense into Stephen Ross's head.
I actually think that Stephen Ross is like Biden in the auto pen. I think the Dolphins are being run by the auto pen.
Oh, God, help us.
Think about it.
What an analogy.
Think about it. Stephen Ross is Biden with big ears.
It must be something in South Florida water And I like the next guy I'm going to talk about, so I shouldn't talk negatively
I'm
about
just
it. 'Cause
saying.
No, so Ross has big ears, but
Biden with big ears.
But I got to tell you, there's a great politician locally here that's fantastic. Marco Rubio, he's fantastic. But he has some really big ears, too.
Yeah.
I gotta tell
So
you.
did Jay Fiedler.
Jay Fiedler, he lives in South Florida.
But Jay Fiedler, the best. I don't know. Some of you don't know this, but they didn't need the quarterback to coach radio set with Jay Fiedler. All they would do is, "Yo, Jay," and he he would hear it right from anywhere. You know what I mean? So that was a positive.
They didn't need the electronics.
No. When in New England, when we would go there, and then Belichick would kill the radios, they would be laughing because it's like, "Oh, Jay can hear us. It's not a problem. Don't worry about it. It's all good." Oh, the radios are down. Don't worry about it. Just yell. Jay can hear you. So,
anyhow, my passionate plea to Stephen Ross: please fire Mike Daniels. Fire Tua, get rid of Tua, start all over again. It will be better. I guarantee.
Can we get rid of the auto pen?
The auto pen, the Dolphins, the Finns auto pen. Yes,
because I think it's like Tom Garfinkel walks in and says, "All right, well, no, we're trading this guy today," and then Marino comes in. No, we're going to trade this guy today, and then Nat Moore comes in. No, we're going to trade that guy today, and then Brandon Shore says, "No, we're going to sign that guy today," and Stephen Ross is like, "What's going on?" "Oh, well, you approved all these moves, sir."
I did.
Oh, I did? Oh, great. Let's waddle.
Anyhow, so I'm looking at next week. Back to my little challenge for the Jersey Wise guy. I'm looking. It's a very tough week. I'm just going to go over the games for a second. I'm not
okay. But don't pick them until Friday.
I'm not going to pick them yet. I'm just going over them.
Okay.
Talking about them a little. Rams versus the Seahawks. Let me tell you something.
That's
Say
a
what you
great
want.
game.
Say what you want about Sam Darnold, but all he does is win.
Yeah.
He wins a lot of games in the last 2 years.
Yeah, but the
3
Rams
years.
are the best team in the league right
Rams
now.
are fantastic. They're very
Rams
good.
are the best team in the league right now.
Sam Darnold wins. He's 11-3.
Yeah.
On a so-so team.
But he couldn't put up a touchdown last week.
No, he had enough yards to get a lot.
I'm going with Stafford on that one.
Look what I circled. You told me not to give your picks, and he gives his
What is
pick.
it? Well, I'm just telling you what I would like. I would take. What is it? What's the line? I don't even know.
-1. Rams -1. You got to take that all day long.
Rams every day of the week and twice on Sundays.
I guess we're changing the next one is.
Well, it's just my pick, not your pick.
It's not my pick.
Right. They're
although I
tuning in
circled
Friday
it.
for your pick. They don't want my picks. I don't know anything.
I'm picking 3 games. But I'm not going to tell you what games.
Man, I don't know anything, so don't take
Eagles
my word.
versus the Commanders. I'm going to tell you a tough game.
Yeah.
Eagles are falling apart. Eagles are -6. It's in Washington. Tough game.
Washington's actually playing all right.
Marcus Mariota, he's like
he's terrible.
He's below average at best.
Yeah,
right?
he's terrible.
So that's problematic.
Yeah.
Next one, Packers versus the Bears. I don't like the Bears, but the Bears are good this year.
I don't understand it.
The Bears are pretty good this year.
I'm completely floored by the Bears.
I think
I got to tell you that the quarterback's done way better than I expected.
Way better than I did
way
too.
Better
And
that
Love,
defense is real.
Jordan Love has slipped up a little. Jordan Love is having like a.
Well, no, they're missing a ton of players.
They have a lot of injuries.
They lost their tight end. Now they lost their pass rusher. They lost one of their tackles.
They've had problems.
They have lost
They're
a
well
lot
coached,
of
but they got injuries.
Yeah, they've lost a lot of big.
Next
players.
one, Chargers +1.5, and against the Cowboys. It's in Dallas.
I don't know if I'm touching that one.
You don't know. I have a question mark here. I don't know about that one. You don't know which Dallas team shows up.
Right.
You know what I mean? And by the way, which Charger team shows up.
Right.
If I had to pick, I'm not a big Cowboys fan, but I don't want to give you
Jerry Jones is laughing his ass off right now.
Why's that?
Well, because he got a couple first-round picks for Micah Parsons, and Micah Parsons blew out his knee.
Oh, yeah, that's a bummer.
And he got and his defense actually played well.
Not bad
since Micah left. Yeah. So like
he
ends
better
up
with
getting
Micah, but better.
No, but he's getting he's
getting 2
depends on what they get with the 2 first-rounders. But now they lost Micah for a whole year now.
Yeah, that's a bad one. Here's another one. Talk about knees blown out. Vikings against the Giants. So the Vikings.
Oh, I'm not touching that one.
But JJ had a good week.
Yes.
He had a good week. The Giants, it's in New York. So it's a tough game. But that's what I'm saying. This is a tough week.
Yeah.
16.
Yeah, a tough one.
Bengals. Okay. Bengals versus the Dolphins.
I think the Dolphins are favored by 1.5.
Yeah. But what happens with, I don't understand Cincinnati. I understand they have a bad defense.
Touch that game.
But I know they don't have a defense, but
But they have
sometimes
Joe Burrow.
the offense doesn't show up.
I know, but
Joe Burrow didn't
if
show
Joe
up this
Burrow
week.
throws a couple of passes and a couple of touchdowns, the Dolphins.
Joe Burrow had a goose egg this week.
I know.
You know, I mean, I don't know which team shows up there either.
He even had a pick six, I think.
Yeah, he did. He did.
I think it was like deflected and it was pick six, right?
Yep. You got Here's another one. Here's a guy that ran out of gas. Buccaneers versus the Panthers.
Right.
I mean, Baker Mayfield there for a while
And
was
you don't know what
Mr.
And
Comeback.
what Panther team shows up because
That's
the
another one.
Panthers are like, dude, they can beat anybody,
And
and then they lose to anybody.
But I think I'm not giving my
They're
pick
weird.
now, but at least it's Panthers at home, so maybe Panthers at home is a little better. It's only -3.
Not sexy.
Here's another one. Jets against the Saints. That's shit versus shit, right? So
And where is it at?
in New Orleans,
Oh, I'm taking New Orleans there.
you got it right. It's +4 for the Jets, right? And Brady.
Oh, I'm not
what's his
giving
name?
4
What's
points.
what's the,
Oh, I'm not giving 4 points. I'm not touching that game. I thought maybe we were inside the field
Are
goal
you
range.
afraid of the Jets quarterback?
I'm afraid of
The
two
guy's from
shitty
University-
teams playing.
He just about made it at University of Missouri.
I know, but I'm just afraid
No.
of two shitty teams
No,
playing.
no.
Anything can happen in two shitty teams and 4
Well,
points.
usually the home team wins in a shitty team battle.
Yeah, but give me 3, 2.5, 2. Then I'm
now it's
I'm there.
+4. Right now it's
4. I'm not doing that.
The Jets are brutal.
I can't trust the Saints.
Here's one I kind of like, and you're not going to like it. I'm not giving you my picks. Bills versus the Browns. Now the Browns.
Well, I mean, they don't even give Shador Sanders the right quarter. You heard about that? He
what
went
happened?
out to start the game, and they gave him the wrong quarterback sleeve.
I hope that guy got fired.
Stefanski is his head coach. It's his coordinator. Like, that's the guy that runs the offense.
He threw 3 interceptions.
They gave him the wrong wristband to start the game. They're calling in
When
plays.
did he
He's
figure
like,
it out? When
they're
did he
calling
figure it
plays like, yo, this shit ain't on here. What are you talking about? We didn't.
Well, he threw 3 interceptions. I think the game's a little faster than Shador. At this point in time, is a little faster than he.
No, he has not played bad.
I know.
It's just that he's in a terrible situation.
Terrible organization, terrible
but
coach.
He's the guy that actually makes some plays for them. They actually have made big plays, big throws with him that they don't do with anybody else. He's their best quarterback by miles, dude.
And they're -10, and I like the Bills.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And the
yeah.
Bills, you don't know which team they're going to show up. but
Where is
Mr.
it? It's in Cleveland, huh?
In Cleveland, yeah.
Yeah, -10. I go. It's got to be in Cleveland because if it
Yeah.
was in Buffalo, probably even more.
So here's a tough one. Chiefs versus the Titans.
Oh,
The
you can't touch that.
Titans are only getting 3.5.
Yeah,
Tough
there's
game.
no Mahomes.
Tough game.
And what am I going
and-
to? I'm
and
going to count on
Gardner
Minshew.
Come on,
I can't
No,
count on
listen,
the porn stash.
I like his mustache. Don't get me wrong. But I might be
Yeah,
biased.
but see, you don't have.
I might be a little biased.
but
Everybody
you
from
don't-
New
you-
Jersey
you
has a
don't-
mustache.
But he has a porn stash. You have a mustache. He has a porn stash.
I like it. I like the mustache.
Oh, you're from the 70s, the 70s porn. So I get it. Yeah, I get it.
Graduated in
Muscle. Yeah, I get it. I guess
1976.
I see why you like
Yeah,
it.
graduated in 76.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
He looks like a guy who'll be walking out of the Bada Bing
yeah, in Passaic.
in Passaic.
In Passaic.
Yeah.
Did I tell you that Big O was like quasi like a New Jersey resident at some point in his life?
4 summers.
4 summers.
4
That's a lot
summers
of
I spent in Passaic.
Passaic. Nobody.
Passaic, Deer Park, Rhode Island, and Monticello, New York. Because
Nobody-
I have cousins in all 3 places.
But nobody really
so
spends.
we would visit them.
Nobody spends their summer in Passaic.
Well,
I can
what-
tell you that. Exactly.
I know, but it was.
I've never
That's
heard
where they
anybody
lived.
in my life.
They
say
lived
that.
on Broadway, right there, next to Lincoln number 4 and
in my-
everything. I can even tell you the high school, Lincoln. Anybody that's from Passaic,
Oh, Lincoln High School.
Lincoln number 4.
Oh, that might be the.
So I don't know if they have like Lincoln 1 or 2 or whatever, but I remember that the high school literally next to their house was Lincoln number 4. So anybody that's from Passaic and knows where Lincoln number 4 is, that's where my aunt and uncle used to live, and my cousins.
So in North Jersey, where I went to school, I went to Catholic grade school, but public high school. But the schools all had numbers, no names. School 20. I went to school 1 for
I told you
kindergarten.
it was called Lincoln
School
number
1.
4.
And then you had school 27. Then they had a trick one. If I had gone to the public school, I would have gone to 2 and 16. So 2 was here, and they built 16. So it was 2 and 16 was on the same parking lot, right?
Yeah.
And all these like 27. There was school 27. There was 27 schools that were just numbered.
Right.
That's how creative they were in Woodbridge, New Jersey, in when I was growing up. Like, we're just gonna call them numbers.
Right.
Yeah, school 3, school 5. Let's go. That's it.
I had to build so many damn schools.
Then high school, they didn't know what to do because they're like, the numbers are a little confusing, right? John F. Kennedy gets shot. Let's call it John F. Kennedy.
Right.
A lot of people are talking about him.
Right.
I went to Kennedy.
Right.
I went to Kennedy High School. That's anyhow. Real quick.
I told you one of those summers that I was there is when Son of Sam was doing his thing.
Oh yeah. New
in
York.
the 70s.
My wife.
This was in the late 70s.
My wife was a young teen at the time, and she grew up in New York, in Port Chester, New York.
Like Yonkers is where he was like terrorizing.
So what is the town that north of Yonkers?
I don't know.
Port Chester, where my wife grew up.
Okay.
And
he asked me like I know Coral Gables and Fort Lauderdale and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
You spent some time in Passaic.
No, but I spent it as a kid. In the 70s.
No, I'm just setting you up for it. So think about it. She's a teenager. Son of Sam is running around in the town south of her. Are you kidding me? That's insane.
I would call down to my mom and she says, Are you playing out in the street at night? You should. It's a really good idea.
At any rate, so the Chiefs
we were safe because he was only going after couples, if I remember correctly.
Going after women, young women.
I thought he was going after couples.
I thought it was women.
Like you know.
My wife gave me the impression he was going after young girls, like 16-year-olds and 17-year-olds.
The story was couples.
Oh my
He
God.
would sneak up to them. They were busy, kind of like what the Zodiac did too. I think the Zodiac killer in San Francisco. He also snuck up on
if it didn't happen near New Jersey, I didn't hear the news. We didn't get that news from San Francisco. It's too far. One more thing here. Jaguars and Broncos. Now listen, the Jaguars played like
both of them have surprised me. One, I didn't believe in the quarterback for the Broncos.
You've been saying that, and the guy's not bad.
No, he's really good.
He's not bad at all.
He's a tough son of a bitch,
and he's got a great coach.
And you know what I like about quarterbacks like him? Okay, like you're a screw up for 3 quarters at times, and then in the fourth quarter, like the light goes on. I like that
Superman.
because then that tells me you got that it factor to you that even on a bad day,
I want to win.
Find a way to kind of correct the issue instead of the guy that plays well for 3 quarters and then is a disaster in the fourth. That's the guy I don't want.
Yeah, you're not going to win.
You know what
much.
I mean? So I'd rather have that because eventually you'll get Bo Nix to be playing well for 4 quarters instead. But I love that in the money time, he has a tendency of making plays, dude. And I'm impressed.
I like the Broncos.
I'm impressed with that.
Jaguars are only getting 3. Right, and it's in Denver.
And by the way, I didn't expect the Jaguars to be another thing that I would have been wrong at. The Jaguars winning, what are they up to, like 9 or 10 games?
Yeah, and he threw 5 touchdowns this week.
Yeah, he did play well.
He played.
I've been a Lawrence guy,
but
even though he has not,
he's been subpar.
Oh no, he's been mediocre.
Of expectation.
But I was a Lawrence guy.
He was a killer at Clemson.
So whether he's good or bad, I just want to say that if he's bad, then I was wrong. If he's good, then I was right. But no, he's underachieved.
All right, Falcons and the Cardinals. Cardinals. They're done.
Oh yeah, God, yes.
Come on, your boy, Jacoby
Jabroni Brissett.
Jabroni Brissett, yeah. Jabroni's not going to happen. Jabroni's nothing, And the Falcons, listen, say what you want. I know you're not a big fan, but occasionally Kirk Cousins can be effective.
Oh yeah, no, he can.
Be effective. He's not going to win the big game. He's not going to get to the big game.
Kirk Cousins is going to earn himself a check next year from somebody.
Yeah, he'll get.
If you're bringing Phillip Rivers out of retirement, somebody's going to sign Kirk Cousins next year and pay him $25-30 million to be their quarterback.
See, I was bummed.
And by the way, it'll be guaranteed because it's the only way he does it.
I was bummed that Phillip Rivers didn't win, that the Colts didn't win that game. Because if Rivers had won that, with 2 minutes to play,
would have inspired you to come back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 50 pounds ago. And it's all right here, about 40 of them. But did
you see Phillip Rivers?
He's had a few postals. He's been visiting Vicky Baker here in Hialeah Park.
He's the Pillsbury throw boy part 2.
I like him though. I like when he said when he was getting. He goes, "Well, what about your speed? How's your speed?" He goes, "Well, I was never really running away from anybody, So I'm not running away from them now either, So it doesn't really matter about speed. But and then the what else we got? A couple of Raiders and Texans. I mean, that's a shame.
Texans a layup there. How many points is it?
Plus 14.
No, I'm not. I'm not touching that. There's too many points.
They're not going to score.
I know, but it's 14 points.
The Raiders quarterback is
terrible. No, the whole team is terrible.
The quarterback, the coach.
Don't say it too loud. Poor Harold.
Oh, Harold. Poor Harold. We know Harold. He's talking about Mendoza though. He wants to get Mendoza for the Raiders. he's a Cuban quarterback, Cuban fan. I said, I personally think
dude had me crying on the fucking speech.
I was talking about him for the last
that speech.
He's got to be the nicest guy in the last 50 years that has won that award.
That speech broke me, bro.
He's a heck of a guy.
That speech broke me.
You tell me, if you're Stephen Ross, another passionate plea to Stephen Ross, please fire Mike McDaniels, get rid of Tua. If you could do anything to really want to make football fun in Miami again, get Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah, but there's no chance.
I know that. Just don't pop my balloon right away.
There's no chance.
Maybe we can pay for something, buy a couple first rounds. Or I don't know. Do you realize how cool that would be?
Oh, I'm not saying it wouldn't, bro.
The Hamlets would say Vicky Bakery.
Columbus.
Pastelitos for all.
Columbus,
like
kid, Cuban kid, a 2-star athlete that made himself.
2-star athlete that made him the Heisman Trophy.
I mean, that's freaking badass.
The kids
and
nice.
Great.
His family's nice.
Yeah.
He speaks for everything. He's probably not going to do well in the NFL. They like the bad boys.
Yeah.
He's like,
he's
a good guy.
You know what?
Actually, I hope I shouldn't have said that.
Actually, we've had a lot of quarterbacks. Kurt Warner's a God squatter.
He's a God squatter, yeah.
Like
Tim Tebow, they shuffled him away.
No, but Mark Brunell was a God squatter.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Lefty.
Well, I know he's lefty.
Roger Staubach was a.
Yeah, but that was in the 60s.
Okay, but I'm just saying
he was when you were in Passaic. It was before Passaic.
But I mean, he was like he was a straight and narrow guy.
Oh, what did he?
He wasn't like a street guy like Joe Cap or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he was like straight and narrow.
I have a picture.
We've had guys like that over the years at quarterback.
Yeah.
At quarterback, that they're
the leaders.
They're leaders, exactly.
I think I have a picture of Joe Cap.
I don't. Who's the guy that I was just thinking of right now, and I just brain farted for a moment. But there was another guy that I was thinking of that also was
another religious.
Yeah, he was kind of religious and also just kind of a like a no bull crap guy. You know what I mean? And we've had a lot of those kind of guys.
I think I have a picture with Joe Cap on the sideline with a cigarette.
Right. Joe Cap was like, the guy the guy who was fighting with you in the alleyway.
Yeah, he's going.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
pool hall.
Yeah.
And okay, so but I like the Texans because they're on fire. I'd give the 14 points. And the Steelers and the Lions, tough game. The Steelers look like
the Lions are going to kill them.
I think so. But
what's the point spread there?
7 + 7 for the Steelers. It's a lot of points.
I'm taking the Lions.
It's in Detroit. Look, the Steelers looked like man killer last night.
That was the Dolphins. That was the Dolphins.
Here's 2 more tough ones. Patriots versus the Ravens. I think Patriots going to run.
Yeah, Ravens suck. They're not that good.
Ravens.
What's the spread there?
Patriots
by what?
No, Patriots. I can't. You got to check this again.
Why?
Patriots are +2.5. Might be the bet of the week.
No way.
It's going to be one of my picks. I already circled it.
No way.
I'm telling you.
The Ravens are favored at home over.
No. The Patriots. Yeah.
The Ravens have to be home if they're.
Yeah. The Ravens are home. The Ravens are home.
They have to be home.
+2.5 for the Patriots.
Wow,
that's a hell of a bet right there. There's a slam dunk right there.
Yeah, Baltimore is favored by 2.5. I would easily bet the New England Patriots in this game. Easily.
Yeah, Patriots are for real.
Yeah.
Niners versus the Colts. Now look.
Oh God. Niners have been playing really
Niners
well.
are -6. Brock Purdy's on fire.
Easy. That's an easy game.
I like the look what I circled. I'm not giving my picks yet, but look at my circles here.
Yeah, that's an easy game.
Those two.
I like that one.
But the problem with my picks are you got to wait till Sunday night and Monday to get those 2 games. Well, but if you want value, you got to wait for it.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. Thank God it's Bengals Dolphins 1:00.
Talk about 1 a.m. New Year's Eve.
That's when we give away the Mercedes.
Did I mention that?
Yes.
I mention that?
No, not enough.
How about it go? One last passion.
What?
One last passion. Stephen Ross, please watch the 4th quarter. Watch the 4th quarter of the telecast and get rid of Mike McDaniel, please. Just a plea.
Yes.
A plea to a man. From one man to another man, trying to help a brother out, a fellow Steve out.
Amen.
Tony.
Amen.
Anyhow, guys, I'll see you on Friday with my real picks and the Jersey Wise Guy picks, and we'll see who I'm gonna have to step in. I'm stepping in and taking charge.
I like it.
I'm set.
I like it.
Your viewers are upset now. They're going to start throwing stuff at you.
So multiple wise guys now are making picks.
No, I'm not a wise guy. I'm just a.
You run a casino, so I don't know.
I'm from the.
Yeah,
Steve. It's not even a wise guy named Steve.
I saw the movie Casino, and I saw the guys.
Nobody's
name
was Steve. It's like about as American as apple pie.
But
Steve. My mother.
But they
could have been a Mario or a Tony. But here I'm a Steve.
But here they call you boss. They don't call you Steve.
Hefe.
You see what I mean?
We don't have slot machines here. We have macanitas.
See?
We don't say good luck. We say buena suerte.
Yes.
It's a whole different world here. It's a great world here. Like I made it. And in the poker room, please. Action's big. $200,000 ace king. Nobody's got that. Nope. $100,000 bad beat.
Come on out.
Raffles every night. Come on out, guys.
You got them skills.
Let me get out of here before I get in trouble and Stephen Ross comes and
you got it. And thank you to Mr. Brunetti as always, too.
Thank you for the Brunetti family. Thank you.
Thank you, as always. All right, Stevie. Be good, baby. The great Steve Calabro getting it done here at Hialeah Park. And, of course, giving away that Mercedes. Every time you play the slot machines, you get entries. So get your butts on down here and take advantage. All right? All right. Joe Cap and Angela Mosco got into an actual fist fight when both were 75, 80 years old. Oh, yeah, I remember seeing that televised CFL event up here some years back. I remember that. Didn't he punch him and, like, he fell off the stage, like, through the curtain or something? Like, there was a curtain behind where they were, and then he swung at him, and, like, he fell through that curtain, I think, or something. If I remember the highlight, it was kind of funny. I remember that. Anthony Kyle Campos, anyone got my super chat earlier? Read it, please. I think we did. Then I read an Anthony Kyle Campos. Let me see. What is it? Okay. All right. Let me see. Big O, lead us in a prayer for 25 Finn's funeral. I'm such a baby because my Dolphins make me cry 2030. Yeah. I pray that one day Stephen Ross figures it out. But I don't have a lot of hope for it, unfortunately, because bad owners are bad owners, and they usually don't change. Good owners, they kind of show their face right away, and we see it with our local teams. It's sad. We thank all of you out there tuned in. Hit the like button before you go. Don't forget, you can hit the notification bell. That way you know when we're going live. We thank the great Sean Stanley. We thank the Brunetti family. We thank, of course, Steve Calabro. We shall see you tomorrow morning at Canesware. At 11 a.m., we'll be at Canesware, 2655 South University Drive in Davie. See you tomorrow.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big